Hello, everybody. I'm Mario Linares, and today at RIO+AGRO Talks, I have the honor of speaking to Jeff Gomez, the CEO of Starlight Runner Entertainment. He is going to be at RIO+AGRO. He's a keynote speaker. He's going to be talking to us about storytelling and transmedia right after our entry. And here I have the pleasure of welcoming Jeff Gomez. Hello, Jeff. Welcome to RIO+AGRO Talks. It's a pleasure having you here today.
So good.
Yeah. First of all, let's clear to our audience a little bit about what transmedia is.
Transmedia storytelling is a kind of communication form that allows for the narrative, the story, to manifest in different ways across different media platforms. So you can best illustrate this with something like Star Wars, right? You see the movies, Star Wars, you see the Star Wars on Disney Plus, on streaming, and those stories are different from the ones that are in the movie theater. The novels are different, the comic books are different, but they are all set in the same story world. We see this with a few Disney franchises, also like Marvel Cinematic Universe. But it also manifests in corporations. Coca-Cola had the Happiness Factory, which I worked on, where you had commercials and little mobile app games and billboard advertising, live costumes in supermarkets, all combining to create a communication that is very compelling and immersive that the audience enjoys in different ways.
Okay, Jeff, and when we talk about the Brazilian agribusiness, how can this transmedia and storytelling help us change the way that the world faces and views the agribusiness? Because there is an unfair, probably, view that it is very devastating to the environment. But we have 2/3 of the country, of the Brazilian territory, preserved and covered with forests. And the agribusiness represents like a third of the jobs and half of the exports. How can transmedia and storytelling change this approach and change the way the world sees us?
For a long time, I've been fascinated with how popular storytelling can be very compelling, how it can actually teach people and enlighten people and make people take action for their lives or for important causes. Many years ago, there were Brazilian and South American novelas that actually inspired women to educate themselves, and this began the women's movement in South America. Really, really fascinating. The same held in the United States, where there were some comedy television shows that raised important social issues that got everyone laughing, but also talking about these important issues like bigotry, racism, prejudice, women's rights, things like that. So one of the things that I'm studying are methodologies to use story across multiple platforms to convey important issues and do it in an entertaining way. And that's something that I'll be talking about with RIO+AGRO and the Brazilian environmental and agricultural space.
Okay, and you've been to Brazil before.
Yes. Sure.
And you've participated in workshops and you've presented lectures. What should we expect from your lecture at RIO+AGRO?
I'm really excited to return to Brazil. It's been a few years now, And I feel I've made some fascinating discoveries and observations about how story works. With transmedia storytelling, it's not just that the audience leans back and watches whatever hits them. We are in a situation where all of us now have a voice. We are able to express ourselves through social media. What storytellers often forget is that story is no longer a one-way street. It's a dialogue. It spins around itself and engages the audience directly. The storyteller is in essentially the same room as the audience. And when that happens, story changes. It becomes less about the hero's journey, which is this very polarized right against wrong, good versus evil, just smash, smash, smash until good wins because we all want the hero to win. Now it's collective journey. We are talking about a new modality of storytelling where all of us have to share our perspectives and reconcile our differences in dynamic ways so that we can preserve our quality of life, preserve the natural world, but also modernize, continue to scale our products and our services so that we can take care of the world.
Okay, and you've talked about heroes. Yes, I've heard that you've been developing 10 heroes for the Brazilian agribusiness, for the Brazilian agro. And how do you think this will help the interaction and the communication between this sector, very important sector of the economy? I mean, 1 out of 5 dishes served in the world are produced in Brazil. So we represent 20% of the food produced in the world, and we have the potential to double that and reach like 40% in the next years. How this approach, showing the heroes of Brazilian agriculture, can help the world see this sustainable approach of the industry in Brazil?
Here that you've almost answered your own question. What is fascinating about my study of these 10 agro heroes is that they used techniques that allowed for modernization and scalability, the ability to serve more and more people without harming the environment, without damaging it beyond repair. And that's really, really vital if Brazil is to continue, because there's every evidence that I'm seeing that scalability can continue without eating up and destroying acreage of Brazilian land. These 10 agro heroes that I'm studying, Dom Pedro II, Edmundo Navarro de Andrade, these people pushed for innovation and stood for education. They rebelled against entropy, doing it the same old way, which sometimes meant destroying large portions of the Brazilian natural environment. They innovated, but stood outside of the standard framework. They asserted their will, and reality was bent in such a way that the people got what they need, and the environment was not badly damaged. So I want to talk about how they used their storytelling skills and their knowledge and call to action in order to do things that most people thought impossible.
Well, Jeff, it was a very big pleasure talking to you, and I would like to invite all our viewers to meet you from the 29th of July to the 2nd of August at the Olympic Golf Course in Rio de Janeiro. Yes, we're going to be hosting the RIO+AGRO International Fórum of Agro Sustainable Development, and you are one of the stars of the show. So it was a big pleasure talking to you, and I'm looking forward to meeting you again.
Absolutely. Same here. Looking forward to it.
Well, and if you did like this show, I would invite you to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and recommend it to your friends. I'm Maiores, and I'll see you back next week. Bye-bye.
O agro do Brasil sempre vai brilhar. Só precisa abraçar. Nosso povo e o mundo inteiro vão ganhar. Nosso agro é um país que se empodera, e o fruto desse orgulho é o melhor pra nossa terra. E o mais agro é a riqueza que Deus deu pra gente, vem de grão em grão. E o mais agro é a certeza que plantando milho vai virar milhão. E o mais agro é a riqueza que Deus deu pra gente, vem de grão em grão. E o mais agro é a certeza que plantando milho vai virar milhão.